Hello, my lovely students. Very warm welcome to all of you in one more amazing session of our special series जो सिर्फ आप लोगों के लिए है. That is Umang series and not normal Umang. This is Umang 2.0 so that we all can bring, all the master teachers of Vedantu can bring Umang in your life, that too version 2.0. Means this is special series. In this series, we are not even trying to complete your syllabus. Please focus, complete your syllabus. Apart from that, we'll take your doubts, we'll take special Menti quiz series also, ताकि सब समझ आए, मजा भी आए, क्विज भी होगा और बहुत अच्छे से you can analyze your growth throughout the year. तो आई नो माई स्टूडेंट्स आर सुपर डुपर रेडी, एकदम तैयार है कि मैम बिल्कुल अब शुरू करो विद वेरी हाई जोश. हम सब क्वेश्चन का आंसर सही देंगे एंड लेट्स जस्ट रॉक इट. So my students, let me introduce myself. All the new students, my name is Anubha Gaur and I am a master teacher at Vedantu, definitely for chemistry because chemistry पढ़ा रही हूँ तो chemistry की ही master teacher होगी, है ना? Yeah, वो joke. So students, let's start the session with Anubha Ma'am. This is session 2 of our first chapter of chemistry, matter in our surrounding. And इसका मतलब है, I am assuming कि आप already session 1 देख चुके हो. If you haven't seen till yet, please go and watch it. In that we spoke about matter. We understood that what exactly is matter in detail. Okay, so do watch it. It's very much important. Yes, students, and you know that we at Vedantu are trying our level best to give you free education so that study won't be affected and even corona bhi hamare padhai ke beech mein na aa paye and you all can study peacefully at the comfort of your home. So just be there at home, study with Vedantu, with our YouTube channel. Apart from that, you can be a part of Vedantu for full-time courses as well as chapter-wise courses also. This is the link which is given here. Go through this link. कि अगर कोई पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि मैम मुझे डाउट है एटम्स एंड मॉलिक्यूल्स में, मुझे डाउट है मैथ्स के इस चैप्टर में एंड ब्ला ब्ला, you can go for a chapter based course and you can enroll for full time courses for Vedantu also. And you know, we at Vedantu try our level best to make your education in such a way that you learn everything and you can ensure your growth. So just go through the link, description box में आपको मिलेगा, तो आप कोई भी लिंक पे क्लिक करके सारी इंफॉर्मेशन ले सकते हो. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स? And just tell you one thing that we said there is an exam called as Vedantu Scholarship Test. अगर आप वो देना चाहते हो and I request कि आप सब दो because that's a free test. Sunday को होता है and that too online, so you don't have to go somewhere and give the test. And why this is so beneficial, students? Already almost 20,000 students have already appeared for this exam. And if you appeared for this exam, you can win scholarship up to 1 crore as well. Up to 10 crore scholarship is already provided, and this is the result of all the students. You can get 100%, 90%, 80% scholarship depending upon the test results. See, we have students, Siddharth from Bangalore, who got 100% scholarship. Apart from that, Nitish and Himanshu, who got 90% scholarship. तो यहाँ आपका भी नाम हो सकता है. You can also be there because I know my students are bright enough and can shine like a star at this platform also. So I'll be waiting for you that if you will be here and I'll announce your name also. All right, students. So chalo, with this high josh, the second session of matter in our surrounding, and what we are going to learn in this, the learning objectives are, we will talk about all the properties of states of matter. Ma'am will tell you that what are the different states of matter in which matter exists और उन सब की property क्या है. ठीक है? तो my students, how's the Josh? Hi. Yes, I'll definitely read your comments after the session. And without any ado, without any further delay, let's start it. And let's rock it, students. All right. So, you know that basic states of matter is not 1, 2, and 3 states of matter, which is not fixed. Basically, उसके अलावा भी होते हैं. But if I talk about normal states of matter, which is very general, जो हमें पढ़ना ही पढ़ना है 9th class में, that is these 3 states. Solid, liquid and gas, these are three wonderful states of matter that exist around us. And there is a very small point I want to add. If I talk about our H2O, you know that chemistry student H2O अच्छे से जानते हैं, that is water. Water can exist and existing in the nature in all the three states of matter. Nature in like earth, we know that solid form may be water present in what form? Ice, snow, hailstones. Gaseous form में water vapors are there in the atmosphere. Liquid form में you know that there is H2O in form of sea, ponds, lake and all. Water की form में. So water is something that is exists naturally in all the three states of matter. That's why water is very important. Water के बिना we can't assume or imagine our life, है ना? So water is precious. Water के बिना no life. We can live without food for a longer time, but not with water. Maximum 4 days. All right, students. So chalo, let's discuss the property of state of matter. First, ma'am will tell about solid. कि solid क्या है? Students, if you know what exactly solid, अगर मैं आपको define भी ना करूँ, you might be having certain examples in your mind. Ma'am, this pen you are holding is solid. Ma'am, you are a solid. The appearance, if I talk about this vacuum on which I'm writing is a solid, है ना? There are so many things around us as solid. Without even telling you, आप अज्यूम कर सकते हो कि हाँ ये आसपास मेरे वॉल्स भी हैं, ये भी सॉलिड है. तो सॉलिड की ऐसी क्या प्रॉपर्टीज है इन टर्म्स ऑफ केमिस्ट्री दैट विल हेल्प यू टू डिफाइन इट बेटर. So students, if I talk about solid state, very first point is solid has fixed shape and fixed volume. What does I mean by fixed shape and fixed volume, students? I'll tell you. Fixed shape means it won't change its shape. It won't change its shape का मतलब है it is having a tendency to maintain its shape. This pen will remain same even if I take it after a year, है ना? तो ऐसा क्या है कि ये स्टेट चेंज नहीं करता, ये शेप चेंज नहीं करता, because the particles of solid are very tightly packed. Okay, the particles of solid are very tightly packed with each other. This is something, if I see the inner picture of a solid, all the solid particles are very tightly packed with each other with very high strong force of attraction. Okay, तो अगर मैं solid की बात करूं, my student knows this point very well now कि solid के particles के बीच में very tight force of attraction is there, and just because of it कि वो बहुत tightly packed है, these particles are not going anywhere, so solid is having a fixed shape, it won't change. Same about fixed volume. मान लो this is the size of the solid which I have taken, it will maintain its shape and volume after a long time also, because all the particles associated with it is having the same position and attached with each other very strongly, not leaving their place. तो volume भी नहीं बदलेगा and shape भी नहीं change होगा. So many examples you already know about the solids. Okay, and I'll request अगर आप चैट सेक्शन में और कमेंट सेक्शन में मुझे कुछ एग्जाम्पल बता सको कि मैम दीज आर द डिफरेंट एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ सॉलिड्स. सॉलिड्स आर जनरली इनकम्प्रेसिबल इन नेचर ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट्स. अब इनकम्प्रेसिबल का क्या मतलब है? जिसको मैं कंप्रेस ना कर सकूं. And again, you know the reason now that as solid particles are already closed enough with very high strong force of attraction, अब अगर मैं फोर्स लगाना भी चाहूँ, I'll be like I am applying the force, तो क्या होगा? It's like you have a brick and you try to apply the force on a brick. Something will happen to it? No, na. Even your hands start hurting. So the main point is solid doesn't have any space between its particle and they are already at maximum closed position. Okay, वो already maximum closed position पे है. That means no free space. No free space. All right, students. तो compressibility क्या है? You are applying pressure so that particles can come close to each other. अब इसमें तो possible ही नहीं है. So solids are something that is nothing but incompressible in nature. You can't compress it. All right, students. What else? The particles of solids are tightly packed. Ma'am already told you they are very tightly packed with each other. Ma'am, can you tell about other properties? So why to fear? Anubha ma'am is here. I will tell you that solids are rigid also. So students, what is the meaning of rigid? Being rigid means tendency to maintain its shape. It won't change its shape even if I try to apply some external force. So obviously मैं बहुत ज़्यादा force नहीं apply करूँगी, otherwise I would be having some fine to break this. Okay. Generally, what I meant to say is solid बहुत tightly packed होते हैं and they are attached with each other with a very high strong force of attraction. तो क्योंकि उनके बीच में force of attraction है, they are not leaving their particle. If the particles are not going somewhere fixed at one position, so its position, its shape will be maintained. They are rigid. What is the meaning of rigid, students? Just a minute. Yeah, the meaning of rigid is they have a tendency to maintain their shape. They have a tendency to maintain their shape even after I apply the external forces. क्योंकि external force apply करने पे भी as they are very close to each other, they tend to not change their shape. अब मैम रबर बैंड के केस में क्या करें? रबर बैंड तो सॉलिड मानते हैं, we consider it as solid, फिर भी we can stretch rubber band. So students, the main reason to stretch a rubber band could be what, students? Can you tell me? I'll be waiting for your response in the comment section. Do let me know. Please focus on the definition which I have given you. कि मैम वो इसलिए you told maintain their shape even when we try to apply some external force. तो solid, अगर मैं rubber band की बात करूँ, if I keep it at one position, it will be still having the same position. It won't change it. It's like I have applied some external force. Some bonds between them has a capacity that they can stretch a bit. So it's like that kind of a stretching. K, this is subjected to external force. But when I release the force, rubber band again can regain its shape. So it's solid because it's external force which is doing something. Otherwise, it has a tendency to maintain their shape. Alright students, so this point is also clear about solid. एक और बात, solid is having very high density as well, है ना? Solid बहुत heavy होते हैं comparatively to liquid and gas, obviously. If I talk about anything, if I take an iron nail and put it in water, it is going to sink into the water, है ना? क्योंकि solid heavy है. Density का मतलब क्या होता है students? Density का मतलब होता है mass per unit volume. That कोई कितना density और कितना dense है, dense का मतलब है उसका मास पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम. एक यूनिट वॉल्यूम में कितना मास है, कितना हैवी है वो, कितने नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स हैं. मास मतलब उसमें कितने नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स है एक यूनिट वॉल्यूम में. सपोज आई हैव टेकन अ क्यूब जिसका 1 सेंटीमीटर लेंथ है, 1 सेंटीमीटर ब्रेड्थ है, 1 सेंटीमीटर हाइट है. तो क्या आएगा वॉल्यूम? 1 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब, है ना? लेंथ इंटू ब्रेड्थ इंटू हाइट, है ना? 1 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब का मैंने एक वॉल्यूम ले लिया, एक क्यूब का पार्ट. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कि उस वॉल्यूम में कितने नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स है सॉलिड के. एंड यू नो दैट सॉलिड्स हैव अ टेंडेंसी दैट दे आर वेरी स्ट्रांगली अटैच्ड विद ईच अदर. So even in very tiny volume there can be number of particles, क्योंकि छोटी सी जगह में भी they are like very tightly packed so many particles. So many particles मतलब mass ज़्यादा students, तो density ज़्यादा, है ना? तो density ज़्यादा है मतलब वो heavy है, solid heavy है. Then again some kind of drawbacks कि मैम ice के बारे में क्या कहोगे? Ice is still a solid, but अगर मैं उसकी बात करूँ that starts floating on water, but it's a liquid में तो sink कर देना चाहिए because ये ज़्यादा heavy है. तो बच्चा reason क्या है ice की अगर मैं बात करूँ, when we take water and freeze it to give you ice, at that time air got trapped inside its structure. Okay, 4 डिग्री सेल्सियस तक वो मैक्सिमम क्लोज आते हैं, वाटर पार्टिकल मैक्सिमम क्लोज आ रहे हैं, 4 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे मैक्सिमम डेंसिटी होती है. उसके बाद when they start coming more close, air got trapped in their hexagonal structure. hexagonally water molecule arrange होते हैं, ठीक है? उसमें बहुत सारे air trap हो जाता है and because of that they became a bit light in nature and can float over water, है ना? So now you know the reason that why ice floats on water. It's a very good and important question of NCERT and for exam as well. So my students, I know now you know it. So many properties of your nothing but solids. Okay. phone, books, iron rod, books, cell phone. Cell phone कहाँ है? ये रहा. Laptop कहाँ है? The one which ma'am is using to teach you. Rocks, ice, so many example of solids. है ना? Yes. Then solids are generally incompressible in nature. Then we have an example of sponge also. कि ma'am sponge is a solid but हम तो उसको compress कर सकते हैं. So you can definitely tell that sponge is something that is having so much of minute pores inside it. And pore होने से air trap हो जाती है उसमें. So sponge is compressible being a solid because it's not sponge which is compressible, it's the air inside it. So air got trapped. When you compress it, the air is expelling out. That's why this compressibility is possible in the case of sponge. All right, students. So I think my students knows very well now about solid and can define solid in a very well manner. पहले तो सोचते थे कि हाँ ये solid है, हम solid है, laptop solid है, that's it. But we didn't know what are the basic properties of solid. तो अभी वो भी clear है students. Wonderful, wonderful बच्चा लोग. अब बात करेंगे लिक्विड की एंड देन गैस की. लिक्विड वही प्रॉपर्टी हम पढ़ेंगे विद द स्लाइट चेंज दैट हाउ लिक्विड वेरी फ्रॉम माय सॉलिड. एंड यू नो लिक्विड का बेस्ट एग्जांपल इफ आई हैड टू गिव इज वाटर, है ना. And what we see in the case of water, when we take water, I'll take this bottle, not that good looking bottle, but I can show you, right? That, see the water inside it, it is changing its shape. It can move from one place to another. It can flow from one place to another, right students? So what I basically want to tell you that liquid is something that is having a fixed volume. Whatever the amount I'll take, the volume will remain fixed, but it can change its shape. It is subjected to change its shape. Okay, so no fixed shape but fixed volume. Whatever the amount of water I have shown you, if I put it into 4 different kind of a container, like a glass, like a bowl, like a jar, है ना, every time it will take the shape of the container but the volume will remain fixed. Obviously हमें किसको avoid करना होगा? Human errors के मैम हम डाल रहे थे, उप्स थोड़ा सा पानी गिर गया. I'm not talking about those cases, है ना. So reason क्या है students? If I talk about liquids, liquid particles have certain spaces between it. Okay, थोड़ा थोड़ा space होता है. तो होगा क्या? This force of attraction between all the particles is comparatively less than my solid. Okay, comparatively less than my solid. तो होगा क्या? सारे particle attached तो हैं, but उतना strong force नहीं है. So they can slip over each other a bit. So that's why it can flow and can change its position, है ना? These particles can slip over each other like this and this, है ना? तो shape change हो सकता है, but volume change नहीं होगा because still they are together. They are not leaving. कि जा, I don't want to be there in this space, है ना? वो वाला case नहीं है. So do remember, liquid has not a fixed shape but a fixed volume. All right, students. Next part, if I talk about, is liquids are also incompressible in nature. You can say very slightly compressible, because you might have seen this example. आपने glass पूरा भर लिया and you like, if you try to put your hand on the water will spill. I know maths, I mean physics में पढ़ा होगा that Archimedes principle. तो reason क्या है? If I talk about liquid also, they don't have that much space between the particles कि वो compress होके और close आ सके, है ना? So इसीलिए we say this term that liquids are also incompressible, or you can say negligibly compressible. All right? So this is about liquid. And if I talk about their arrangement, I already told you students that they are moderately packed, not completely packed. They still have certain space between it. थोड़ा स्पेस है इनके पार्टिकल्स के बीच में, मीन्स कंपैरेटिवली लेस फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. ऑलराइट स्टूडेंट्स, तो देखो कितना सब पता चला मुझे इसके बारे में. एंड वन प्रॉपर्टी आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू कि सॉलिड तो होते हैं मेरा रिजिड, बट इफ आई टॉक अबाउट लिक्विड रिजिड नहीं हो सकते बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव एनी टेंडेंसी टू मेंटेन देयर शेप विच इज रिजिडिटी. सो ये क्या है? लिक्विड क्या है? लिक्विड के लिए एक और टर्म हम यूज करते हैं, दैट लिक्विड्स आर बेसिकली फ्लूइड्स इन नेचर, और दिस phenomena is called as fluidity. What is fluid, students? That they can flow. and can take the shape of container. And we know it very well that liquid can flow. I told you, because they have certainly less force of attraction and they can at least move a bit from their position and can slip over each other. तो ये fluid है, ये flow कर सकते हैं थोड़ा and can take the shape of the container, whatever container I will put it into it. फिर हमने density की भी बात की थी. Students, try to remember comparatively moderate density, है ना? Comparatively moderate density than my solid, क्योंकि density बताया था, that is mass per unit volume. So if I talk about mass per unit volume, how will I give my answer for mass per unit volume? Think about it with the situation I have already given you. Density, mass upon volume. If I take the unit volume, again I took the same cube, 1 centimeter length, 1 centimeter breadth and 1 centimeter height. Same amount में कितने number of particles होंगे? That is comparatively less than solid. क्योंकि solid के तो tightly packed थे, इनके बीच में थोड़ा space है. तो even that unit volume, if I try to compare my solid and liquid, liquid के particle कम होंगे. कम particle means less mass means less density comparatively. So liquids are having comparatively less density than my solid. I hope it makes sense, students. मुझे पता है you know it that you can see this replay the number of times you want to get more and more clarity. All right, very good. And you can download this PDF also. You'll get the link. So example are milk, cold drink, juice and water. We know it very well, है ना? So how many of you like juice? Please vitamin C वाले जितने भी citrus fruits हैं उनका juice पियो. Very healthy because immunity strong करनी है this time of corona. So vitamin C is going to help you a lot to bring boost your immunity. ठीक है? तो ध्यान रखना students. All right, let's talk about one more properties of the next state of matter, which is nothing but the gaseous state. तो अभी मुझे basic idea हो गया. So now you can define the property of gas also. If I'll give you any example, see, household example, when you try to boil the water, you'll see this particles. And what basically is this particle, students? Nothing but steam, right? ये steam के particles है. Steam क्या है? Water vapors, water in the form of gas. ठीक है? तो gas के particle को कैसे identify करोगे, students? How can you define a state called as physical state of matter called as gas? देखो, steam का example लेते हैं. If you have the steam particles, where will they go? You aren't even able to find it out क्योंकि वो थोड़ी देर में पूरे एटमॉस्फेयर में मिक्स हो गए. So gas की क्या property है? That it doesn't have any fixed volume. Their particles are free, almost free. So they're like we can travel according to our convenience जितना हम चाहें. ठीक है? अब they can travel in this much space also, this much space also. So volume can also not be fixed. The same amount of particles whatever I have taken can occupy this much volume and can occupy this much volume. So if I talk about gases, their particles are almost free. They have negligible force of attraction. ठीक है students? Negligible force of attraction between it. They are like it's good कि हम दूर ही अच्छे हैं. ठीक है? तो ये particles आराम से इधर उधर free हो रहे हैं. And we can also say maximum space between its particles. है ना students? So just because of this property, they doesn't have any fixed volume, they are random to move and they doesn't have any fixed shape. You know that LPG cylinder at your home, they can, the gas is there only, तो वो cylinder की shape भी ले सकते हैं. Hospital में जाओगे, oxygen cylinders are there in that vertical big cylinder. So it depends whatever container you will take. Balloon में देखते हो helium gas के balloon very light. It can take the shape whatever we want it to put. Okay, so ये है about the not so fixed shape and not so fixed volume about the gas. Again, they are highly compressible. अब ये तो हमें अच्छे से समझ में आ गया because now we know how to differentiate between the properties. अगर particles पूरे free हैं, particles are completely free, so you will be like I have a container, I put it on it और मैंने pressure लगाना शुरू किया, मैंने compress करना शुरू किया, the particles start coming close to each other. and this is one of the reason I can change my state of gas to liquid also. That's what your LPG is, liquefied petroleum gas. You took the gas and you put so much pressure and filled it into that cylinder. है ना? Because gases are compressible in nature, because of this property only you can store LPG cylinder and CNG cylinder at your home. All right students, so I hope समझ आ रहा है, right? I would be very happy अगर आप अपना response comment section में जरूर दोगे मैम, it is helping a lot. तो loosely packed, बल्ले बल्ले, now we know it. अब बताओ गैस रिजिड है? नहीं है, because they can't maintain their shape. तो गैस क्या है? Gases are also fluids in nature. Students have general myth about this के fluid का मतलब होता है liquid. It's not true. Fluid is something that can flow and can take the shape of container. तो गैस भी फ्लो कर सकते हैं. इवन इफ आई टेक स्टीम और मैं अपने किचन में बॉईल करूं वाटर, दैट विल टेक द अमाउंट ऑफ द इंटायर रूम और वो सब पार्टिकल्स हर जगह में फैल जाएंगे. दैट वेपर्स है ना, दे कैन फ्लो. And apart from that they can take the shape of container in whatever container I will put it onto it. तो ये particles loosely packed है, fluid है. Density की बात करूँ students तो very light in nature, so very less density or should I say least density. ठीक है, क्योंकि mass per unit volume, अगर उसका same unit volume लिया 1 सेंटीमीटर की लेंथ, 1 सेंटीमीटर की हाइट एंड 1 सेंटीमीटर का ब्रेड, सब 1 सेंटीमीटर, 1 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब का वॉल्यूम लिया, उसमें इसके नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स कुड बी वेरी लेस. आई मेक द फेस लाइक दिस. क्यों? क्योंकि फ्री है. इवन इफ आई टेक वेरी स्मॉल अमाउंट दैट विल टेक द शेप ऑफ एंटायर कंटेनर. सो लेस नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स, लेस मास, सो लेस विल बी डेंसिटी. तो जो मेरे गैस है, गैस पार्टिकल्स हैं, दैट इज हैविंग द मिनिमम डेंसिटी, सबसे हल्के हैं. वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल, यू नो, व्हेनेवर यू गो टू एनी फेयर, दे हैव हीलियम बलून और वो गलती से हाथ से छूट जाए, इट विल गो टू द अपर एटमॉस्फेयर ऑलरेडी, है ना, क्योंकि गैसेस आर वेरी लाइट इन नेचर, हल्के हैं. समटाइम द गैस कैन बी लाइटर देन द मिक्सचर ऑफ गैसेस जिससे मेरा एटमॉस्फेयर बना है. ठीक है, इसीलिए ऊपर जा रहे हैं वो. ठीक है, so interesting. I hope समझ आ रहा है, I hope मजा आ रहा है. We are getting to know some interesting facts also. Some of the example like water vapor, oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen gas, है ना. We know so many gases around ourselves. Air is a mixture of so many gases. So if I talk about a quick review, whatever I told about the different states of matter, जो बहुत जरूरी है, is this: tightly packed, liquid not so tightly packed, gases are loosely packed, solid fixed shape, fixed volume, liquid fixed volume but not so fixed shape, gas दोनों is like no fixed shape, no fixed volume, है ना. And solid is not at all compressible, same with liquid, but gas is maximum compressibility which it is going to show, और ये show करता है. ठीक है, तो I hope this is clear. All of this is written in a table also. तो स्टूडेंट्स मैं चाहूंगी आप एक जल्दी से एक स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो इसका और ये टेबल अच्छे से याद कर लेनी है. मोस्ट ऑफ द पॉइंट्स आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू. एक पॉइंट मिस किया, दैट इज डिफ्यूजन. स्टूडेंट, डिफ्यूजन क्या होता है? बेसिकली डिफ्यूजन इज द इंटरमिक्सिंग ऑफ पार्टिकल्स ऑन देयर ओन. बाकी सब तो हो गया, इंटरमिक्सिंग ऑफ पार्टिकल्स ऑन देयर ओन. और अगर मैं इंटरमिक्सिंग को बात करूं तो तुम्हें पता है, एज सॉलिड्स आर रिजिड इन नेचर, दे आर टाइटली पैक्ड, that won't move because they are closely attached. If they won't move somewhere, how will they show maximum diffusion? So if I take two solid, none of the solid will move from its position for mixing, so diffusion is minimum. It's like you took two metal blocks and tried to attach them very close. If you take 1-2 years only, then you will see only a very less amount of metal, one metal to the another metal is going to pass, वो भी बहुत कम. ठीक है. If I talk about liquids, one example, take some drop of ink and put it in water, they are going to mix with each other and you will see a blue color, beautiful solution if the ink is blue, definitely. So fast diffusion, liquid के particles have certain spaces, they can move. This property is about movement. Liquid particles can move, so they show diffusion comparatively fast. And gas में maximum you know that if you cook food at one of the corner of your home, I've given this question also, and that too hot food, you can get the smell in that maybe the third room also, or you just enter to the home, you will get the smell. Kyunki if I talk about diffusion of gas particles खाने से गरम गरम खाने से उठ रहे हैं, they are free to move, they are going to intermix with my air particle, reaches to me, and I'll get the smell of my maybe my favorite food if mom is making that, है ना? So diffusion is the intermixing of particle on their own to get that uniform solution, uniform composition, और वो maximum होता है gas में. Alright students, I hope you have taken the screenshot of the same. I have explained each and every point to all of you. अब मजे की बात ये है students कि what about solid, liquid and gas? Is there anything apart from solid, liquid and gas also? क्या और भी states possible है? तो स्टूडेंट्स मजे की बात है, बिल्कुल पॉसिबल है. आई हैव अ स्टेट ऑफ मैटर, फोर्थ स्टेट ऑफ मैटर कॉल्ड एज प्लाज्मा. तो बच्चा लोग प्लाज्मा क्या है? प्लाज्मा होती है कौन सा स्टेट ऑफ मैटर इन विच दिस इज नथिंग बट अ टाइप ऑफ गैस स्टेट ऑल्सो. मतलब ये गैस से ही बनती है, कोई ऐसा नया स्टेट नहीं है. इफ यू हैव अ गैस and when the gas is having very high temperature, when gas is applied with very high temperature, उसके particles क्या हो जाते हैं? Ionized हो जाते हैं. Ionized means the particles whenever is having very high temperature, they start losing their electron, क्योंकि electron third chapter में पढ़ोगे बहुत loosely bound होता है atom में. तो electron निकलना शुरू हुआ and atom became positively charged. ठीक है? तो हुआ क्या? You took an atom, they start losing the electron, atom became positive because atom was neutral due to proton and electron which is equal, positive and negative which is equal. तो गैस ने क्या किया? इलेक्ट्रॉन लूज करना शुरू किया, खुद पॉजिटिव चार्ज हो गया. इन शॉर्ट we got the particles of gas in form of ions, and ions are more free than the gas particles. They are more energetic क्योंकि मैंने उसको high temperature दिया. So what is the plasma state of matter? That is a gaseous state in form of ions, and these particles are super energetic because they are almost free, they are having high energy. So this is the state of super energetic and super excited particles. These are ions, and that is ionized gases, है ना? तो सबसे बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल इसका कहाँ देखोगे स्टूडेंट्स? सन एंड स्टार्स आर द बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ प्लाज्मा. तो वहाँ क्या होता है? हीलियम गैस है वहाँ पे. Helium gas at high temperature start ionizing, and when particles ionize and collide with each other, they can glow. So that's why we can see the sun and star glowing. तो कोई special phenomena नहीं है. That is the gas particles colliding with each other and can glow. तो इसीलिए मेरा sun और star मुझे glow करते हुए दिखाई देते हैं. And one question for you, you know about that neon sign bulbs and fluorescent tube? You might have seen those what should I say, policemen, traffic policemen. They are holding a fluorescent tube and they are controlling the traffic that glows because of the same reason. They have a gas inside it, generally helium gas or neon gas होता है. तो वो switch on करते हैं. Switch on करने से क्या होता है? Electricity pass करती है. So when you have a gas, either you pass electricity or you give very high temperature. That will dissociate into ions, टकराएंगे, glow करेंगे. Okay, and then the fluorescent tube starts glowing. All right students, so plasma, what you got to know from this class? कोई नया state of matter नहीं है, ये gas से ही derived state of matter है. All right students, fourth state of matter. Ooh, like the sun, and I can see a face in the sun. Are you all able to see it? Do let me know in the comment section. मुझे एक face जैसा लग रहा है, but that's just a myth, है ना? Obviously. This fourth state of matter is students BEC, Bose-Einstein condensate. And why this state is also so special? What is this BEC? Bose came from an Indian name that is Satyendra. So Satyendra and then Satyendra Bose and Einstein ने मिलके, पहले Satyendra Bose was an Indian scientist. He told that there might be a possibility of fifth state of matter and did some work. And Einstein did some calculation, and I'll be like, कि हाँ, there can be this new state of matter. But then three scientists, American scientists, experimentally proved that हाँ, एक BEC नाम की state of matter होती है. BEC क्यों बोला? बोस आइंस्टाइन को contribution देने के लिए. Condensate, because again this is also a gas का state. gas is going to condense, gas is going to come close. तो क्या होता है स्टूडेंट, BEC क्या है, यू टेक अ गैस और उसको कूल करते हो सुपर कूल टेम्परेचर पे, मतलब यू टुक अ वेरी लाइट गैस, एग्जांपल लिया मैंने हीलियम ले लिया, ठीक है, आई टुक द हीलियम गैस एंड मैंने क्या किया, उस हीलियम गैस पे बहुत ज्यादा लो टेम्परेचर किया, तो गैस पार्टिकल्स वर फ्री, है ना, मैं उस पर बहुत लो टेम्परेचर कर देती हूँ, मतलब these particles which were free, low temperature is like temperature is proportional to kinetic energy, their movement, अगर temperature कम हुआ their movement also became less, so they're like, ooh, you're decreasing our temperature, what to do, what to do, they'll start coming close 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 and they'll start condensing with each other and you'll get a super saturated liquid, ठीक है, they'll come very close and will give you super saturated liquid. Super saturated liquid क्या है, जिसमें there is no free space, already saturated, you can't add anything else, ठीक है, super saturated, just like कि अगर मैम आपको 2 घंटा पढ़ा दे, you will be like मैम दिमाग saturated है, super saturated हो गया, so all the particles are extremely close to each other, no specific space to enter anything else. तो ठीक है, ये क्या हुआ, you took a gas at extremely low density वाला gas, you put extremely low temperature, you will get a superly condensed, superly saturated liquid from that gas. This is BEC, again a state derived from gas, okay, तो नया नहीं है, artificial one, ठीक है, तो दो एग्जाम्पल उसके क्या है, सुपर कंडक्टर एंड सुपर फ्लूइड, मैम ये क्या बता दिया आपने, तो इट्स गुड टू नो एक्स्ट्रा थिंग्स, है ना, सुपर कंडक्टर क्या होते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, अगर मान लो ये मेरा सब्सटेंस है, मैं उसको सुपर कंडक्टर तब कहूंगी whatever the current I am applying 100% current is going to pass through it, no resistance, resistance क्या होते हैं, जो करंट को थोड़ा सा रेजिस्ट करती है फ्लो करने के लिए, और वो सब में सारी सब्सटेंस में होता है, 100% करंट किसी में से भी पास नहीं कर सकता, ठीक है, तो ये कह सकते हो इट्स नॉट द 100% ट्रू स्टेटमेंट, ऐसा होता नहीं है, बट 99% वी कैन कंसिडर दिस, ठीक है, कि सुपर कंडक्टर क्या है, जिसमें से पूरा का पूरा कंडक्टर पास कर, आई मीन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पास कर सकते हैं, वर्चुअली जीरो, ठीक है, ऐसे बोला वर्चुअल है ये टर्म, एग्जैक्टली ट्रू नहीं हो सकता, वर्चुअली जीरो इलेक्ट्रिकल रेजिस्टेंस, के कुछ भी रेजिस्टेंस नहीं होगा, सब फ्लो कर जाएगा, सुपर कंडक्टर. सुपर फ्लूइड क्या होता है स्टूडेंट, सुपर फ्लूइड भी क्या, जो एक बार फ्लो करना शुरू करे तो फ्लो करते ही रहते हैं, तो लैब में यू कैन टेक दिस गैस, हीलियम गैस सुपर सैचुरेट जब करते हो, इट बिकेम सुपर फ्लूइड, और वो फ्लो करती रहती है, फ्लो करती रहती है, तो डिफिकल्ट टू मेंटेन इट, है ना, कितना इंटरेस्टिंग चीजें हमें पता चली. And I know that there might be certain things जो एक बार में समझ नहीं आती, तो students do revise it with the number of time you want, and please hit the like button to appreciate Anubha Ma'am and her effort to make the knowledge of chemistry good for you, vast for you, interesting for all of you. So do like it, share it with your friends, and do subscribe at our channel as well. So students, it is very much important to check your knowledge. Otherwise, what is the use कि हमें इतना कुछ पढ़ा और कुछ समझ ना आए. So the force that bind the particles of matter together. Try to give me the name of this. I'll be waiting for your response. मेरे साथ साथ solve करो और respond करते जाओ comment section में. The force that bind all the particles together, I told in the previous session also, that force that is binding all the particles together is nothing but intermolecular force. ठीक है, this force is called as intermolecular force. Now, the state of matter which consists of super energetic particles, super ionized particles, so made up of ionized gas. What is that state of matter? Gas, liquid, BEC or plasma? I know my students know it. Tell me right now. Yes, I'm waiting for your response. So yes, students, you got it right. That is our plasma. One more question, very much important. Which of the following describe the liquid phase, liquid state of matter? Liquid का property, you know that shape fixed नहीं है, but volume fixed है. कहाँ देख सकते हो? What could be the correct answer? A, B, C, D. Tell me A, B, C, D. This definite volume, but not a definite shape. All right, students. I hope अच्छे से समझ आया and you have checked your knowledge that ma'am we are able to do the question means मजा भी आया, definitely new thing we got to know and समझ भी आया. So students, next class is also going to be very much important because ma'am will teach you that how these state of matter can be interchanged. We can change one state of matter to another state of matter. So do attend it, don't miss it. Do see the previous session if you haven't watched it yet. वेदांतु 19 चैनल पे आपको मिल जाएगा, ठीक है? तो आई नो वी सैट के लिए जरूर बैठोगे संडे को और ये टेस्ट दोगे. अगर रजिस्टर नहीं किया है अभी वेदांतु ऐप पे जाके रजिस्टर करो फॉर स्कॉलरशिप and to be a part of Vedantu with all the scholarship possible, and so that you can also see your name in this list. Alright, so all my amazing people, do hit the like button, share it to your friends. They can also get to know so many things. And what to do, subscribe to this channel for upcoming updates. और इसी तरीके से wonderfully आप सारा syllabus chemistry, physics, mathematics, biology सबका कर सको, ठीक है? Do reach out to me on my email ID. That's it for today. And I'll take your leave right now. Go and get refresh yourself. Try to make proper notes. Sub information लिखो, अच्छे से notes बनाओ. I'll meet you in the next session. Till then, students, goodbye. Take care of yourself. Please stay safe.